All right, so I'm back. I am sorry that the video went dead, but yeah, so back at it this morning. So oh shite, there's a car coming, so I got a hammer. So it is still a little wet out. So yeah, it is absolutely soaked out here. And my grandpa and his brother, they just left. Go back out to the field. And yeah. So yeah, not your ideal time to go ear corn hunting, especially since it's sopping wet and there's ears all over stuck in the ground. I mean, the way it is muddy. There is no dust in it whatsoever. So, yeah, I gotta roll the window down. So, yeah, I already found one that has some corn on it, but that won't last long. Digging around in the mud trying to get ears of corn out isn't necessarily your typical ideal thing to do in the morning, but it's got to be done. So, yeah, there is some corn that is already starting to re-germinate, and it's already starting to come back, which isn't good, because doing that means you'll end up getting a cover crop back off the field again, and you don't want that. So that's why it's my job to get all the corn off the field. I think, yes sir, yes indeed, I had indeed missed one. So, yeah, but my grandpa and his brother, like I said, they left with the combine this morning. They are going to try and see how wet it is. I doubt they go far, but who knows? Maybe they end up getting the. Who knows? Maybe they end up getting the whole Becker farm done. Doubt it, because 2 other guys, sometimes 3. We farmed the Becker farm with 2 other guys, and they aren't necessarily what you call the quickest to get up. They sleep until 10, don't get out to the farm till noon, and then they don't get out to the farm till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, as my grandpa put it best, those guys that we farm with have never ever put in a honest, hard day's work in their whole life. So that's why I said that there wasn't. Yeah, that's the reason why they don't get much done out there at the Becker farm, is because those guys aren't necessarily what you call the quickest to get up. So they don't get excited about anything. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm trying to figure out where in the hell I've been at and where I haven't. Because it's been like, I don't know, 3-4 days. Probably not that long. Probably maybe like 2 or 3 days since I've been back out here. But yeah, so I looked for any, and I mean any, FS news whatsoever. And turns out, didn't find any FS news at all. Yeah. This one's got smut on it, but it's corn, so I gotta keep it. It'll go through the sheller, of course, but it won't be pretty. It'll be pretty ugly. So, nothing about the International 50 series. I was hoping and praying that maybe it was somewhere, or it had failed testing. I did get a reply back from UI Modding saying that something about the mod being somewhere, and to be honest, don't know what some of these modders are talking about. I did get a reply back from Custom Modding about the Brent wagons. He said nothing for now, so I guess as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing about them wagons yet. I was hoping and praying maybe that there was going to be some news about it, about them wagons, but seeing as how that there is nothing about them wagons, then there's really nothing to really say. So yeah, trying to lay you guys down somewhere where it's not wet is tough. So maybe, hopefully, probably I want to say by the end of this week, probably Saturday, we might get done with the Becker farm, and then we'll end up getting around to the last fields for harvest 2025. So, yeah. Yeah, there has just been so much going on, you guys. Well, and not too much has gone on since it rained out. And now that I believe the rain has ceased for the time being, we can officially get back out to the field and continue on what we were doing, which is, of course, combining corn. Now, obviously, I only got, one more farm to do, and then I'm done for the year. And that is the Becker farm, which is where my grandpa and his brother are at right now. I was hoping maybe I would get to some harvest footage this morning, but the way it looks to me, that is probably more than likely a no-go, because of how everything has been, and just for how tacky it is out in the field. I don't want to have to be out there and then film and then somehow end up getting stuck out in the field with the gator. And I know you wouldn't get stuck easy out in a cornfield because of all the crap that's all over the ground, but still, you're making life at least 10 times easier or 10 times harder if you get stuck out in the field with a gator. And that's not something you want to do, and that's not on my bucket list for this morning, is to get stuck. And to be honest, I've done that. I've already planted that gator in a snowdrift. It was either last winter or a few winters back. I think it was like 2023 or something when we got the gator. I can't be for certain. I'd have to go back and look at when I did a review on that gator and see when we got it. But it's certainly now been a while since we've had that gator, and there's already, yes, been a few issues that have occurred. Like the gator just turning over like crazy and wouldn't start. And then it wouldn't come out of park. Radio going bad. It's just how everything has been since then. So, yeah. So basically, my goal for this morning is to get all the way down to the other end. You guys can't see the bush. That's the mark that I have to get to. And with the mark being the way it is, it's just been so utterly and it's just been so freaking hard to get to that spot because considering it rained out and then all this shit happened and yada yada yada. Yeah. As I just found like 2 more ears of corn, maybe 3 or 4, if it's possible. And the way I can tell that there's an ear of corn laying on the ground is by feeling around with my foot. Whenever I step on something that feels like an ear of corn, I always have to look. So my grandpa's brother, he brought the orange wagon back this morning when he came. So yeah, 2 more good full ears of corn. Wow, there's been a lot of those recently. So I have 2 tubs in the back end of the Gator. One of them is the black one that you guys, I think you guys got to see sometime last time I was out here, and I had put one whole pail load on that tub. So yeah, yeah, another ear. Yeah, just seems to me like there's been so much corn to gather up. And yeah, I do have to hurry and get out to the Becker farm because I think there's like 2 standing rows of corn that we left along the trees. Cripe. There. And, well, Grandpa didn't know if there was any corn on them or not, because the deer might have eaten it off the corn, or eaten the corn off the stalks. So yeah, so I could end up having good luck in actually getting a whole row of corn off the field over there, or I could end up having bad luck and not get any corn at all off the field. So yeah, in case you guys are still wondering, yes, toe still hurts. It's been hurting for quite some time. It has just been absolutely horrendously in pain, and it is about the worst pain I believe I've ever had. So yeah, next Monday is when I'll be able to go in and get the ingrown toenails taken out. So yeah, I suppose kind of hit the mother load here, so I suppose I got to keep going if I want to make it down to the other end today or this morning yet. So yeah, but anyway, I think that's it for today. Talk to you guys all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe with everyone. Bye.